French?
So can we get the right of first refusal next year then, if this works out well?
If it works out well, I'll give you a 5-year commitment.
Well, again, you're making our job easy, right? You're filling the park with activities and venues, and, kudos to you for doing all this hard work. Obviously, please don't leave some horrible mess that...
No, obviously not. I plan to actually hopefully get a crew of high school volunteers to assist with cleanup at the end, and hopefully my artists are responsible as well.
Excellent. Okay.
It would run both days, 10 to 6. Artists would probably arrive to set up between 8:30 and 9. I would probably be there around 6 in the morning, just making sure, because that's what I did at the boardwalk every year. If you've been to the festival, you see me as a blur, walking back and forth, making sure everything's
I think it sounds like a fun event.
I think you're going to like it better
Do you
at
have
Right
special,
Town Park.
Great way to use the park.
commission members, do you have special VIP status in any event?
Well, I do a hand silk-screened, hand tie-dyed T-shirt for the event, and I will be happy to give every one of you one of them.
I'm joking,
No,
we don't
no,
we're
we do not
joking.
accept
No,
gifts.
we can't take the works together.
But then again,
That's great. Can I get any other questions from the commission? Can I get a motion to approve to accept, I love this, an art festival without a venue, and provide them with the venue? It sounds like a wonderful opportunity for us to bring this and make an annual event for us, so I think it sounds terrific. Can I get a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Okay, Bishop. And again, please just, Fred and Bill and Bishop,
Okay.
so just please coordinate with them.
Commissioner Brett?
Yes.
Commissioner Pagano?
Yes.
Commissioner French?
Yes.
Commissioner Carver?
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, I guess there's one more vote, Mayor Pagano, I apologize.
Okay, no.
Quickly, Fred, what's the proposal, Bishop? To extend,
In essence, because of the Jewish holidays,
Right.
many schools are starting late. Weather permitting, we want to run more or less in 1 week, 1 full week after,
September 3rd through the 8th.
right, after Labor Day.
and we want to,
We'll charge, like we want to extend the season by 1 week.
It's
Fine.
reduced charge. It's $5,
$5
Five
per
and
park,
three.
3 for permits, and then $5
and
again.
if we didn't extend, what would happen?
It would just be parking for $5 and 3.
So I see, so you're going to charge for the beach, the difference is we're charging for the beach as well as the
Right.
parking? For
Because
another
we're going to
week,
maintain, we're going to have lifeguards.
we'll have like,
where we wouldn't otherwise.
Right,
Right.
that's correct.
Okay.
So why wouldn't we just extend our 1 week, our season, the way it is?
well, this is a reduced fee.
Right, I know.
Why reduce the
Why
fee?
reduce it?
Question.
Because
Only it's
our
post-Labor Day.
schedule says through, if you look at the fee schedule, it says through Labor Day.
Because the way I view it is, we have looked at post-Labor Day setting up, and hasn't worked out. People don't come out post-Labor Day, but since school starts on the 9th, we really have 1 extra week of summer. Why don't we just keep it as is?
Yeah, I think that makes sense, so I appreciate what's on the schedule. What?
Maybe I was wrong, but I didn't realize it was just going to take a vote. I've already sent out press releases and made up posters
Saying what?
because we felt like there's no point in being open if nobody knows you're open. The idea was to get the press releases out last week
Saying,
And what did they say?
here, I got these prices.
Okay.
with the reduced,
So you guys already decided, no need for a vote?
No need for a vote.
realize we needed it.
No, I'm just joking. No, I understand we got to market, I totally get that. And I'm not recommending we do this every season, because we have looked at it, and but this is a unique case, this 1 year. Thanksgiving also is, Hanukkah starts Thanksgiving this year also.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
All right. Well,
well, okay, then I think,
should go with the-
can we get approval to extend the park for another week as per the press release?
Okay.
Here we thought we did well.
That's good.
No, it's smart, it's a good idea.
It's a very good idea.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
good thinking.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve the extension of the park facilities at these lowered rates for 1 more week?
Yes. So
And a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, Mr. Nowotny?
Pagano.
Just know we're going to charge for parking through September 30th.
Right.
Commissioner
So really
Brett?
the change
Reduce
is
rates,
to
right.
charge for the beach.
Yes.
Another week, right.
Commissioner Brett? Commissioner Pagano?
Yes.
Commissioner French?
Yes.
Commissioner Carver?
Yes.
Okay.
Mayor Pagano, I can't thank you enough. I know you
Yeah.
can, I really appreciate
you all.
it. Thank you so much.
negotiated
Thank you.
something.
Thank you. Well, maybe with you out of the room, they're getting nervous.
Be
right?
careful what committee you put me on.
Thanks so much, Mayor Pagano. Okay, let's hear from the public.
Too bad my mayor had to leave. Okay,
He watches these religiously on TV afterwards.
I just want to tell you something. We are blessed with Oakland Beach, and especially with the concerts. We are blessed. I am blessed with Bill, who allows me to be a volunteer to help him hand out all programs at the concerts. We need more concerts. They are incredible. I think the last one or two, we had standing room only. I mean, we had lots of chairs, but we had standing room only all over the place because they were incredible. And Oakland Beach, thank you, Mayor French. Thank you, Joe. It is the best. When that moon comes up and the sun goes down, it's the most beautiful place in the world under those pavilions. The most beautiful place in the world. But we need lots more concerts. Music is key. Without music, we're dead. We need music, and where can we get it?
How many concerts are we up to now? So, Goldie, I gotta say, you...
No, we need more. We need more. We need more.
I'm not arguing with you.
We have...
We had one tonight. We got a whole festival now, 21st and 22nd. The live music, we just added tonight.
Where?
At the, right...
I don't have the program.
No, it just came, so we just voted on it right now.
That's the
So-
next...
So this September 21st and 22nd, we're
No,
gonna...
I'm not talking about September. I'm talking about before July and August, which we have concerts.
Right.
We should have concerts in the spring, in the late spring, and the early summer, and into the fall. That's when our concerts are needed, when people are around, not when we have to ask them to come in September, when it may be cold, may be anything.
Do we charge?
Yeah, and
Do we
it's...
charge on the concert nights? We don't charge
Parking.
concerts. That's what I'm saying. We charge
Yeah.
per concert.
Yes, sir.
And do we get an uptick in parking? Do we get an uptick in receipts? What'd be interesting, well, can we do an analysis? Let's see if we can't get to 8 concerts. If we just do a little bit of analysis, right, to just to see what the incremental on concert nights is, and let's just do that analysis if we
Okay.
could.
Sure.
See,
Right.
we need more Tuesday night concerts. I'm on the entertainment committee for Portchester. And we have Wednesday night concerts at the Marina. We have Friday night concerts at Lion Park. And when they have Tuesday night, I can't wait to get there
Right.
and help out. Because they're incredible. And there are a lot of people that are in those bands that I know. So I'm there to help and support. So please, please.
Thank you.
The other thing I want to know is, I saw signs that said no dogs allowed.
No.
As you come up, there's a sign that says,
No, off
By
leash,
the
off
pavilions,
leash.
no, but by the pavilions, there are no dogs allowed.
By the pavilions is no dogs in that area.
right, but there were dogs in that area. When I came early, there were dogs in that area. And the dogs have to, they can't be there, according to the sign. So, please, keep going. Thank you, Mayor French, for allowing Oakland Beach to be in Rye City. You have a great city. I know, I've been there. And Oakland Beach is incredible. It's incredible. Thank God for the staff. And thank God for Bill, who allows me to help out and be there. Thank you.
Thank you, Goldie. Thanks very much. Thanks for those comments. Any other comments from the public? Okay, terrific. So, let's go. Minutes from the July 16th meeting. I guess we can't approve them now,
Yeah,
right?
we can't do anything.
Sorry, I missed that one. I missed that
Get a
one.
report from
Fred, would you
Commissioner.
give us your report, please? Fred and Terry, or Fred and Terry and Bill?
Well, good evening. There is a copy of the report in your folders. First of all, the overview in the park, we ran a pretty efficient summer. Approximately 6,000 cars a weekend coming in and out of there without any mishaps. We added 3 new speed bumps to slow any of the cars that come in down. Our security was aces. We had one problem on August 7th. There was a mugging in the park at approximately 12:30.
11:30.
It says 11:30.
It's 12:30?
But the official time that we got from the Rye PD was 12:30.
At night.
Yeah. With very good follow-up on the part of Rye PD, they tracked the perpetrators down. They caught them. They arrested
They did?
them.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, great.
3 of them arraigned. They're in jail.
Ah, beautiful. Oh, great.
3 of
Good
them.
work. Good work, Mayor French.
We don't mess
You're on
around.
fire, man. Good for you.
Don't mess
Well, I
around.
followed-
Sometimes they say we're too tough, but tough is good.
I followed that whole investigation. They really did a top job.
The minute we got word, I notified you, Joe.
Yep.
And no, the detectives did an excellent job in
Fantastic.
3 years from Portchester.
By the way, do we have cameras in Rye-Town Park?
No, but we've discussed it.
No, we've
and
discussed
put
it, and we are
I gotta
going...
say, though, could you just comment a bit about the cameras in Crawford Park, which I think have been fairly successful, right?
Yeah, the camera, we
What
put
did it
cameras...
cost us?
Crawford Park, I think, was $13,000. It was an 8-camera system, maybe 10, but I think it's 8. It covers basically the high active areas. We don't have cameras throughout the entire park, just the high active areas where we have our picnic pavilion, where we have our mansion, the ball fields, the children's playground, etc. And what we do is we actually have access to it. I mean, I can actually access it on my cell phone anytime I wish. So we do have a visual on the park. It has helped us. We've had graffiti incidents, and we think it's a great deterrent, quite frankly, because the cameras are very clearly evident. So
That might not be something for us. That might be something for us to think
This is what
about,
Board Member Villanova on your board has been pushing for a long
he's been
time.
great.
yeah,
No, I think it's
We
you should budget
estimated
for it.
Rye-Town
All right,
Park.
so could you get that?
We've
Make
had-
sure we
right.
get that. Let's. I think I have to say, and let me give, as you suggest, Mayor French, Deputy Supervisor Villanova really took the lead on that. The cameras for Crawford Park. I guess I have the old '60s generation. I sort of didn't want to
You did
be
like-
followed by cameras, but he's been absolutely correct, and it's been a real terrific help to the park. And if these kinds of things are happening in Rye-Town Park, I think it's a wonderful deterrent. So, and then also we talk about parking issues and safety issues. If the cameras are well situated, will help us with all park operations, just
Including
traffic flows, including vandalism. And there's been a number of vandalism incidents, right?
We estimated about 21,000.
Last year.
We estimated 21,000 the cost of cameras for Rye.
Oh, 21.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we did it when they were estimating for Crawford Park.
Right.
So that's a future project.
Oh, for Crawford Park?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, terrific. Well, Bishop, would you make sure to get that in the budget?
Absolutely.
Proposal for this year?
Absolutely.
So,
Great.
anyway, what we've done since then is we've cut back some of the branches on the trees that block the visuals from the park to the lifeguard stand, and we're going to place a light on the lifeguard stand that'll enlighten that whole area. So those are two possibles that we've attempted. We've never had that before. That was a first. So we're gonna attempt to anticipate if there's any other problems. We're gonna be on top of that. What we've done, the hard wiring should be finished by this Friday. There was a problem with attaining the special wire that he needed. That took approximately 5-6 days, and then the contractor that was putting it in ran into some staffing problems, but he'll be here on Wednesday and finish up on Friday. We stopped selling our beach permits on the end of July, but we've been assisting seniors that are still coming down there for passes, and so we've been accommodating them. Let me see. Maintenance, we've painted the fence all the way from Seaside Johnny's all the way up to we're just about finished. We have maybe one small section left. We also had a leak in our sprinkler system, which we had patched up this week. Let me see. Pond is doing well with the 2 aerators that were put in, and with the pond treatment people. We've had pretty clear pond for just about almost the whole summer. It requires us going out there sometimes every day of the week to clear out the aerators that do clog, that frequently clog. We took down a dead tree just yesterday or the day before. We're in the process of attaining a contractor to remove our stumps, which we're hoping to do sometime in September. The rented toilets have gone back. Our water pressure has been fine.
It has. We sorted that problem out.
Yes.
How do we sort it out?
Well, we did a number of
Water
things.
company.
Water company
respond?
came, found out that it was somebody shut it off from the street side. I don't know how that happens, but I was up there when they were trying to fix it. We do have a situation there, which I'm possibly going to address before the end of the season, where we've got 2-inch pipes going into a 5/8 inch pipe, and they were prepared to give us a new water flow, a meter. Mm-hmm. But in order to do that, they told me I had to have a plumber there at the time they were there. There was no way I could get a plumber there. I tried like crazy. I called 3 different plumbers. So in order to do it, I have to coordinate with the water company, and they'll give us a larger meter that'll meet the 2 inches, and then that should solve any problems in the future.
Excellent. I think, Fred, we have the rest of the report. Is there any questions on the report from the commission members? If not, I'd just like to take this. Is there anything specifically, Fred, that you need? I think it's pretty clear. I wanted to echo Goldie's comments and thank the staff for its hard work again and for another year. Fred, Bill, Terry, the rest of the staff is starting to become professional, routine, and so thanks for all your hard work again this year.
Okay.
The summer's almost over, right?
Yeah, sorry to see it go.
Yeah.
I love the summer.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks very much. Thank you. Great. So, Bishop, help me understand these numbers here for a budget. So we have expenses over revenues. So if I look at July 31, 2012, the bottom line.
You're looking at $609,000 in expenses against $629,000 in revenue. Now...
Wait, sorry.
July 31st.
If you want to look at the 2012 or 2013?
I want to look at.
So, yeah.
But I want to look at July 31, 2012, and compare it with July 31, 2013.
Our expenses.
So I'd like to go to the bottom line.
Our expenses are a little bit higher, and our revenue's a little bit
expenses
lower.
over revenues. Is that a loss of 76871 as of last year?
No, that's a plus.
Expenses over revenues.
No, your revenues are up on top, 646 in revenue. I'm in 2012.
Right.
And your expenses are 569.
Okay, so can we just change that to like net loss or net profit?
Sure.
Okay. So we had a net profit as of a year ago of 76,871, and ended the year with about $90,000 loss.
Yeah.
Currently, we're at a $20,000 gain through July. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay. And our budgeted $100,000 loss.
Correct.
So it sounds like we're fairly on track for that.
Our revenue is running a bit short. If you saw the sales report,
Any change in August?
A little slight improvement. I think as of Sunday, we were 32,000.
Yeah.
Somewhere around $31,000, $32,000 under last year, same time last year.
Well, let's just, so as of the end of July, our revenues were down, $18,000 more or less, right? 646 minus 628.
Right.
We're down $18,000, more or less.
Yes.
And we're now, as of July 31, we're down another $30,000, you're saying?
Or a total
We're
of
down
30.
No, we're down,
We're down in total from beginning of April through Sunday, 72,792.
So we've had a horrible August then.
We had a horrible May, April, we had a horrible May.
But as of July 31, we're 18th short.
yeah, I think we had,
646 minus 628. What's
we had
that?
we had 4 days we were virtually totally closed in August.
Right, and was it weather-related August?
Yeah.
And what was, it just had bad weather?
Yep. And in July,
Right.
we had those hot days where it
So
was
we're-
pretty much empty.
So our $100,000 loss is at risk, it sounds like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, and again, kudos to the staff. I see got salaries down a bit.
Yeah, and I do want to call your attention to an anomaly, that 45,000 you see in unemployment insurance.
Right.
We need to look at that. I think that there's some misposting there.
All right.
And I've already alerted the accountant to review those numbers.
That's exaggerated by 45,000?
No, I think it's exaggerated by 15,000, maybe 20,000.
Is it a fixed? No, I thought we're on a fixed.
We're still dealing with the residual from the old plan, but that's shaking out this year.
Perfect. Okay, any other questions and comments on the budget? It is what it is at this point. It's the weather, I think, more than anything else.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Sure, please, yeah, please.
Just to go through, I'm still not clear. So as of July 31st, we're down 18,000. Are you saying that as
On
of...
revenues,
On revenues, right. Compared 2012 to 2013. As of Sunday, we're down a total of $30,000 in revenue?
That's just beach.
What's
That's
that?
just beach revenue.
Well, hold on. Yeah, because let's just get some numbers here. So the total revenues were short $18,000, right? As of July 2013. Correct? At 646 minus 628.
17,250.
Yeah, if you're
Right,
going,
17
if you're
to 50.
comparing year to year, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Comparing year to
Now,
year, right.
we're now, Commissioner Brett's then asking, what's happened to total revenues in August as compared with last year? Because Terry, I don't understand your number. They're not consistent. If we're down 30,000 in August, we should be four.
As of right now, we're $32,000 short.
Of last year.
Last year, same day.
Revenues.
Revenues. So that's
Okay,
a
so that
total
means
of-
an additional, 17 to 30, yeah, an additional 14
On the revenue side.
in August on the revenue side, is that right?
Mhm.
And what was the $72,000 number?
That's the net from loss from last year to this year on beach revenue.
No,
Yeah,
that doesn't make sense.
we lost $11,000 in
No,
April.
but sorry. Yeah, Terry, right through July, and if we need to revise, double check the numbers, we can need to double check the numbers, that's fine. How much have we lost in August, just in August alone?
32,000.
All right, so that means that if these numbers are correct here, then 32 plus 17 is 49,000. So we should be short 49,000. We're down 17,252, Bill's just told us, right? Based on these numbers, we're short through the end of July, 17,252. So I don't need to look at it. I don't need to look at May. We need to look at April. We need to look at June. Right through the end of July, we're down 17,252. So how much additional shortfall did we incur in August, or what is the shortfall through to the end of August, to the last day you took it?
$32,000.
Right, so that means in August, 32 minus 17, the differential is 14.
Right.
Okay.
That's the rational way to look at it.
Okay, great.
I think I'm reading this right. It looks to me as though there's a variance from 2013 to 2012. In most of our staff, it looks like there's an increase from 2013 to 2012 in most of the staff, except for groundskeepers. Am I reading that right?
If you're going side by side, you're reading it right, yes.
I'm looking at the variance column, so somebody did the math for me, so I didn't have to actually read it side by side.
We're better off by 11,572
Total.
because if you look at the.
Because you're missing-
Talking about, right, I was talking about wages.
So it was 255,727 this year versus 267 last year, which is, in other words,
Total salaries.
Right, we're
Okay.
down about $10,000, $12,000.
we're better.
We're better.
Better.
Okay.
And most of that is because of the change that we made in terms of subcontracting out, and you'll notice that there's no foreman salary there.
Right,
And that's really the crux of the difference.
okay.
We did have to hire an additional grounds person to, for that extra pair of hands, but at a much lower salary.
Okay. And is that, so that's, I guess that, then my question is, it looks like for staff like security, lifeguards, when I look at the detail pages, cashiers, all of those expenses are up actually for 2013. Is that correct? Am I reading that right?
No, most of them are down.
Okay.
The only ones that are up are the
Okay.
groundskeepers.
Okay.
You know what would be really helpful for next month? Could you just put a summary? We don't probably need in other words, the just one table, with
Yeah.
cashier, supervisors.
You have it right at the end. Look at the last page of that report. All right, so if you look at the last page there, you will see,
Right, so supervisors, let's just go through the numbers for the people at home.
Yeah.
Supervisors cost us $44,487 last year through to the end of July. This year they cost us $30,694, correct?
well, that's right, because one is a full year, the other one is a year-to-date number.
Well, it says you did cumulative. Oh,
No, I'm sorry, I have to change those headings. Those are your full-year
So
expenses.
it's useless.
Yeah.
It's useless. It's absolutely useless. You have to. You can't. Yeah, I apologize, but it's in that fashion. It's.
That's why I don't use that for tracking, I use the main
Well,
sheets
what could you
for
do
tracking.
for next month's? Can you give me a summary table, like for like, on expenses,
Yeah.
so we can measure this.
Yeah, against prior years, yeah.
Commissioner Brett is asking for you.
Right.
Yep. Thank you.
Can I just say one thing? In looking over, I made my own summary, and in looking over all the different items on that financial report, the worst, the one that has the biggest negative number is benefits, minus $49,714. That's worse than anything else.
What
I
happened?
just explained the benefit scenario. Unemployment
Right.
insurance is incorrect, and we are going to be evaluating it. It's going to come down substantially. How
It was a
much, I don't know.
$45,000 number,
Right.
right, I saw that.
When you look at it from that perspective, what our staff is doing is pretty good.
Okay,
Right.
I appreciate that,
If it
okay.
wasn't for that bad number, we would do a pretty good.
All right, Mr. Arcaro, would you work with Mr. Nowak so we have, okay. Mayor French, do you have a question?
Yeah, sure. So through the 31st of July, we're down $251,000 to budget,
No,
right?
I think that's.
Variance to budget in revenues, right?
Well, yeah, but hold on, but he's not comparing like for like again, isn't he? The problem he's doing is he's comparing the annual with July. The 252.
Yeah, right, I know, yeah.
Right, so it's not.
So I'm
we're
trying
not
to get to
short
the end of the year.
252, yeah,
But we still have to get 250 to make budget, 251,000 to make budget. 46,000 of that will come from the lease, right? So that's guaranteed. You with me?
Yes?
Other income is 22,000, we budgeted 57,000. Is that in the books? Do we have enough events planned for other income? So that's down, we have to get 30,
How much did you just give me? Do you remember what was in the envelope? No. Okay. We're 1 month behind in recording other income because
Okay.
we have to get that income from Seaside Johnny's in many
well,
cases.
yeah, okay, gosh, so that's
But-
35,000.
But
So let's say we're
probably
tracking.
going to run light.
Okay, all right, so 30,000. So basically, we're 150,000, that's 46 plus 35. We're about 175,000 short through July. Now, how much have we brought in total in August? Not how much are we down? What's the revenue for August so far?
That was in the sales report. I don't have it
Sales report.
right here.
I don't remember. Like maybe 126 compared to 156 of last year or something.
Right, so 126, right? So,
Don't quote me on it.
okay, but well, let's say it's 125 plus the 75, so we're at 200. So really, the revenue gap that we're looking at to make budget is about $50,000. And we still have Labor Day coming, and we're going to extend a week. So we may be light 30,000, 25,000 on the revenue to budget. I just came up with the 250.
I would expect we're going to be like 30,000.
Yeah.
maybe
46.
30, 40.
Maybe 30 on the other income. We already have 125 in the book through last week, and we have 2 more weeks, Labor Day. So can we make that up then on the expense side? If we're going to be light 30,000 on the revenues,
That's going to be the trick. Because,
To make budget.
For example, if our plan to stay open that extra week, normally we would not have a lot of the lifeguard expenses and cashier expenses that we're going to engender. So the question really becomes, what's going to be our attendance at those prices, and will it offset our labor cost? And that's the balancing act that we're
The answer is
doing
no.
here.
We know that ahead of time.
In the past, it has not worked. Okay, and we did that analysis, I think, 2 years ago. We had, in the month of September, post-Labor Day, only one profitable day, and we had some decent days and so forth. It's just only one profitable day because the labor cost just outstrips.
yeah, so we've dropped our price, but now we've also added to our costs.
From our lifeguards, for instance, we're not opening the whole beach. We're only
Okay.
opening half the beach. And we're going as light as we can on the rest of the
Okay, good. All right.
I mean, most of the kids went back to school already.
We're light on
You know, so
employees.
Yeah.
we have like 3 parking kids left.
4.
But then, so what I'm saying is, if we're tracking the budget, that's the goal.
Yep.
Then if we're projecting to be light on revenues, where do we make that up in expenses?
I hear.
Okay, good.
Great. Any other questions, comments, old business, new business, bishops, or anything else?
Okay, the only thing I wanted to just point out, I gave you some FYI information. We received some recent information from the City of Rye concerning the seawall. That's what you have in your packet there. Our expectation is everything we're hearing, 90% of that money, that expense, is going to come back to us. The problem I see is that we may put the commission into a borrowing position if, in fact, the engineering estimates are correct. We're going to have to come up with $324,000 to pay our share of the seawall renovation.
I thought it was 202 was the estimate, right?
Yeah, but FEMA came back and insisted that the circle be reinstated because the park is on the National Register of Historic Places, and that was part of the original 1907 design, and therefore they will not let you straight line the wall.
Good. Excellent.
So we'll keep you posted in terms of a FEMA summary as to where we are, and secondly, how we can handle the timing of how the work gets done.
Yep.
And I owe Scott to pick up a meeting to kind of coordinate that.
Excellent. Mayor French? Yep.
So is that it, Bishop?
Yeah, that's it.
Also want to echo the chairman's comments. Staff did a great job, great season. Goldie, you're dead on it. It is a jewel to go to that park, and it's a great asset, and it's only gotten better. So thanks again for another great season. The parking committee, we established that in '09. They've done some great work. Now we have some data. So we did hear from a member of the parking committee. I think it's a good idea to now let that committee get involved in some of the data now that we have the data and review it and report back. So if we can formalize that, Bishop, a process. I mean, we all can look at the numbers, but it's also helpful to have.
Yeah, we can copy up all the traffic reports, the car reports.
Okay.
Who's on the parking committee now?
Well, it's kind of morphed into our advisory committee. So I would lead with our advisory committee, and then they can pull in former members.
But yeah, that's good. That's a good suggestion. I like that idea.
The other thing is the Dan Biederman, heading up SPI. I was at the press conference. He meant to give you a call back. He said he missed you. He was traveling. But I think it's a good opportunity as they start to formulate their plans. There's not one master plan that's going to drop in Playland one day. It's going to be an incremental approach. So I think it would be helpful if you wanted to reach out to them and just see what their plans are. Are there any synergies with the park and Playland? That would be good. The Capital Committee reported back. They're still looking at planners per our last vote. But I don't want to lose sight of the other fact. And is Ann still here from Friends?
No.
Okay, good, because the other track we want to take is potential fundraising. So we may go out for an RFP and see if somebody can come in and invest in the building. But we also want to use the Friends, as came out in our forum, to look at fundraising. If we can get a large donor plus contributions from the municipalities, that's a track that we want to do since the Friends are already set up. So I would encourage maybe Bishop follow up with the president there, and let's have them on the agenda next time, because I don't think they formally have been engaged in the process other than the concept. The Friends.
Yeah.
How do we fundraise? If it's $2.5 million or $3 million worth of improvements to get it operational, you kick in 600, we kick in 400, that's $1 million. We get a big donor for a chunk of that, and then we fundraise the rest. I think it's feasible.
I couldn't agree more. In fact, I wanted to talk about this tonight as well, but
okay.
But yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Well, I was just going to say, the process seems a little bit dead in the water, if I'm honest. And we talked about trying to breathe life back into the process, and I think that's a wonderful suggestion, Mayor French, is to think about alternatives. It may not be practical from a commercial standpoint. As part of that, and Mayor French, you'd made this point. We have these estimates of like $10 million or whatever. But I think, and you mentioned you had this experience, I think, with the Wainwright House.
The Friends Meeting House.
Friends Meeting House, where ultimately, what's the minimum? Can we get? Is there some way to get a ballpark estimate of what it would take to restore the building without there must be somebody that can walk through there and eyeball it. It's just a local builder or something like that on an informal basis. And then if, as Mayor French suggested, you can restore the building for, $2 million rather than $10 million, or get it operational, then you formalize the process and you go out with architects and all that.
I think the real problem is the historic designation that it has. I think that has
we all understand that, but if the historic designation leaves us with a roof to nowhere, then that historic designation is going to dilapidate. So we need to think outside the box in a time of economy. I understand the concern. And that's why we have that. But if we could you try and find somebody on a volunteer basis? I'm sure there's a builder in the community who will walk through with you, sort of. Oh, please, Commissioner Brett, are you a builder?
No, I'm not a builder. Not a builder. I'm just going to say a word about historic preservation. All right. So the building is designated a national. It's on the National Register of Historic Places. It's not a National Historic Landmark. It's not in the National Register. It's a very important historic building. But even with that designation, there are different levels of restoration. I don't have the language at the tip of my tongue right now on what different levels of restoration, renovation, rehabilitation there are. But you can do a historically sensitive rehabilitation of the property without necessarily rebuilding it in the way that was being recommended with the $10 million estimate. And that's what happened at the Birdhouse. It wasn't that at the Friends Meeting House. It wasn't that the Friends chose a non-historic renovation for that building. In fact, it was very historically sensitive. They just found somebody who was willing to do a different kind of restoration of the building, without having to boost it and kind of rebuild it so that it would survive for the next 200 years. And who knows how long. I'm sure that there's a lot of ways to defend what was done at the Friends Meeting House without talking about whether or not it's going to last 100 years or 200 years. So I sort of misspoke just then. But there are different levels of historically sensitive renovations. So we're not necessarily talking about doing a renovation that would be insensitive to the history of the building if we look for perhaps a lower priced way to do the repairs that are needed to make this building really the treasure that it is. And I will say that, Goldie, when you were talking about the park, you were literally bringing tears to my eyes when you're talking about how beautiful that spot is in the summer when after the sun goes down or as the sun is setting. It really is a really beautiful place, and some of that is the historic nature of the building and the pavilion. So I don't want anyone to think that we're dispensing with the importance of the historic buildings on that property. There are ways to get estimates for repairs that would be historically sensitive. So it's not that we need to dispose of that designation. We need to figure out a different way to work with it.
Right.
Thank you. Thanks, Ray.
Yeah, the example that I gave in the forum. Yes, Gold.
I was just wondering if you got the Rye Historical Society into this project and everything, because Rye Historical Society would have something to say about what you can do with the building, what you can't do with the building. Not only that, but they may be able to say, do a raffle, or get a hold of the Chamber of Commerce, or get a hold of other organizations in the community to help.
Yep.
They can certainly put us in touch with preservation architects who might be able to give us different estimates.
Wait, sorry. We got another meeting coming in. Mayor French?
So just the example was the Friends Meeting House sat dormant for 10 years because every city council kept deferring the $750,000 it was going to cost to rehabilitate the building. We came up with a way for $100,000 we could get it operational so that you could use the building for meetings and events. It's been open for 2 years. We got a large donor to pay $50,000, and the city kicked in the other $50,000, and it's great. And I know it's a different scale project, but the approach, we changed the parameters, the paradigm, and it works. So I think you're exactly right. We'll get other community groups involved. Once we have a relatively reasonable number that people can rally around, then I think we go into action.
And they did work with the preservation architect at the Friends Meeting House. They did use a preservation architect. They did not do a historically insensitive renovation.
So what we're talking about is a second opinion.
Yes,
Is really conceptually getting a second opinion.
And understanding, and for that person to understand what the parameters are, that, what potential amount of money is available to do that restoration.
Beautiful. Any other comments, Mayor French? Commissioner Brett?
No.
Well, thank you so much. I guess we vote to bring a motion adjourn?
You don't have to vote to adjourn.
I don't have to adjourn.
Just leave.
Just adjourn?
You declare an adjournment.
You got a meeting now?
Yeah, we got it.